What's going on, everyone, over at the Search and Destroy Elite? My name's Kyle, and welcome back to some more Modern Warfare 3 Search and Destroy. And you guys can only expect that this is another episode in the challenge series, because why else would I be using an M16 on Seatown? Honestly, you would never ever find me running a setup like this unless I was going for one of your guys' crazy challenges. But anyway, I ended up dropping 19 kills and 0 deaths with this setup right now. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the challenge, who requested it and whatnot. Then I'm going to get into this weapon, how to use it properly, because a lot of people don't know that there is a very easy way to get kills with this thing if you're a little bit patient with it. So anyway, this challenge was recommended by a fellow SnDElite member. It was recommended by Chris, or he also goes by Deathbringer. I'm assuming most of you guys know him by Deathbringer, but he wanted me to use the M16 with a silencer and rapid fire and get at least 15 kills, and I think there was a maximum of 2 deaths allowed. So I ended up running with the kill streaks that he usually does in his videos to see if I can try and top him and try and beat the gameplay that he got with this pretty much identical setup. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit about the M16 first, and how I was always a really big fan of this weapon, and especially when they put it in Modern Warfare 3, I was really hyped. I was like, man, this gun has pretty much been one of my favorites throughout all the Call of Duties, except for World at War, because I wasn't in it, and I don't really want to get into World at War because I didn't really play it that much. So anyway, Call of Duty 4, I loved it. Modern Warfare 2, I loved it. Even Black Ops, I loved it. Most people said, you know what, it's a piece of shit, don't ever use it. But I really enjoyed using the M16 and Black Ops. A lot of people said, you know what, screw it and run with the G11. But I don't know, the M16 was just one of my favorite weapons, and it's just something I got very accustomed to using. And the one thing I really liked about it is that even though it wasn't necessarily had the same damage through it all the Call of Duties, it was always got to a point where I can compete with other assault rifles and other SMGs in the game, and that is why I really liked using it. But anyway, when it came to Modern Warfare 3, I first put it on, I think it was like the second or third, as soon as I unlocked it anyway, I set it on my class and I was like, let's rape some noobs with this thing. Put it on, couldn't even get like 5 kills with it, because I was like, man, what the hell did they do to M16? It's actually shit right now. So that's why I'm pretty glad that they buffed it. It's actually at the point now where it's manageable to use, and it can kind of compete with the other assault rifles if you know what you're doing. But anyway, I probably wouldn't recommend using a lot of 3-burst weapons in Modern Warfare 3 just because the way the maps are designed. There's only a few like larger maps that you could really benefit from this weapon, so I probably wouldn't use it a whole lot. I pretty much only used it just because I was going for this challenge, and I almost ended up getting a gold because I tried to do this challenge like a while back before the buff. But I'm pretty glad that they did buff it, so I'm going to stop talking about the buff anyway. So yeah, you guys are probably wondering how to use this thing right. If you notice in the very first round, I only shot 1 burst and ended up getting a kill. And most of you may say, oh, that's just lucky because it was a headshot. No, with the M16, if you just aim down sight and you just shoot 1 burst and you wait for all 3 of those bullets to connect, or all 3 of them to like hit your enemy at least, before you wait and shoot off the second burst, you're going to put more damage into your enemy than if you just spam down that trigger. So like I did in the first round, I just shot 1 burst, I was getting ready, I was waiting for all 3 of those bursts to connect to see if I would get a kill. I ended up getting a kill, so I didn't have to take the second burst. And I know a lot of people, their primal instinct when playing with an assault rifle is just to spam the shit out of the trigger, get as many bullets out there as possible, but I guarantee you guys this, if you go in and just try in a private match or just try it out with a few of your friends, if you have like a somewhat decent connection, it will work. So anyway, just take 1 burst, wait for all 3 of those bullets to connect before you take another burst, because what it's going to do is if you keep spamming them down, I'm not sure how it works or what the mechanics and all that sort of stuff is, but it pretty much just makes it seem like there's not as much damage as just the initial burst. So just wait for that 1 burst to go in before you go ahead and fire off the next one. So anyway, guys, that has been the end of this gameplay. You're going to see me pick up the very last kill right here. So if you guys want to come over and check out some of the challenges that I've done before with this series, I've done a ton of them over on my personal channel if you want to go over and recommend those as well. I do upload them more often than I do over here just because I'm trying to get the more higher scoring gameplay for the Elite channel. But anyway, if you guys want to, you can leave your suggestions and your challenges in the comment section. I'll be sure to get to them and try and make them for future videos. Anyway, talk to you guys next time.